Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you having me up here. Just to let you guys know right off the bat, this is really not me. I'm kind of one of the guys that typically sits in back. I don't really even like talking to 10 people at a time, let alone a whole room. So, but a little bit about me. He said I'm a contractor. I own a remodeling company. I've owned it for 19 years. I got out of college and got behind a desk and worked there for 2 years and decided I hated it. I was not getting anywhere. It didn't matter how hard I worked. It just I wasn't doing anything. I bought my first house and started remodeling it. I liked it, so I figured, well, I could work for myself and dig ditches and still make more money. And at least I was in charge of my own fate. So knowing me, I'm one of those guys that's a safety and security guy. So I'm not one of those guys that jumps out. So kind of like your wives jumping into Mary Kay. I'm kind of the same way. I'm very safety and security. I like the sure thing. So it was real weird to kind of jump out on my own. So I sold 2 weeks of vacation, got a credit card for material, and I sold a boat to buy some extra tools, and I just kind of started doing it. And the only thing I really knew was how to work. All this, I think, in my heart, all the technology is great, but I don't think anything replaces hard work. I just think you can outwork anything. So I think that's the main key to business. So talking about how to support our wives, I think we have to understand that it is a business first and treat it like a business. So I got a couple things that I think that we may want to understand about a business, because after talking to a couple of my friends that I've seen in the room, which makes me feel even more weird, but there are 2 main reasons why women quit Mary Kay. Okay, so when a lady sends back her starter kit, she's got to fill out this little box, and they kind of have to code it somewhere. They kind of have to put, okay, what's your reason for quitting? Okay, so the top 2 reasons that women stop doing Mary Kay. One is unsupportive husbands. Okay, the second is guilt management. So guilt, being away from home, being away from the kids, not getting the laundry done, not being around. So knowing those 2 things and keeping those 2 things in the back of our head, we have to try to realize how to be more supportive. Okay, so, and I think going back to owning a business, if we understand what our wives are doing, then I think we can help at least solve these 2 things. Okay, so if we start a business, we have to understand that when we go to work, owning a business, when we go to work, it doesn't mean you're actually going to go make any money, right? So if I'm a remodeler, I have to go to bids, I have to try to go get the work, right? So I'll go to 10 bids. Each bid probably takes me about 3 hours to do. By the time you drive there, talk to the customer, come home, write the bid, correspond with them. So if I go and do 10 bids, that is roughly 30 hours of work. And if I get no work from that, I made no money. So if our wives are, leaving and they're going doing all this stuff, and we start questioning, well, we're not making any money, we're not making money. Okay, it's just reality. It's just reality. You have to go do these things in order to get the work. So knowing that might make us think a little bit differently about what everybody's doing in the business. We also have to respect the business like a business. So every one of our wives, girlfriends or whatever, they obviously have a full-time job, right? So, and they respect it like a job. So we have to learn, they have to learn, we all have to learn to respect this business like it is our job. Because you're obviously not getting fired from the job that you go to work, 40 hours a week, you're doing your job. So we have to treat this as a job and respect it that way. And I think that is a misconception, that it's easy to, I only do it part-time, I don't do it very often, so, it's okay that I don't do that. Well, I don't personally think that you're going to step up the career path by not, giving it that respect, okay? You also have to have good communication and a real communication between husband and spouse when we take this on. Okay, so I don't know if that came out right, but you have to set ground expectations of what you want from this. This is a business. What do I want? So Heather and I actually had this conversation early on, and we didn't even realize we had it. So when I started seeing Heather, I had a business before we got married. So when we were dating, you know, we kind of crossed the bridge, and it was just like, well, you know, my business at this point in my life, it comes first because I'm a safety security guy. If I work, I want money. So, you know, if Thanksgiving comes around, or if Christmas Eve comes around, and I have to go to a job because there's a leak, I have to do these things. You know, I can't just not do them. So, and then we had the same conversation the day that Heather quit her job after doing Mary Kay for 3 months. She came home from her job, freaked out a little bit. It was weird, but you know, she just kind of said, "This is going to be great. I can be at home. I can get the laundry done. I can I can cook dinner. You know." And we just kind of stumbled on and said, you know, that's not, you know, that personally in our life, that's not your job. Your job is to make money because you're deeply in debt. You need to make money. You don't need to make dinner. We can make dinner together. So you have to set those guidelines. Does that make sense? So if we can set those things and say, you know, like, this is our number one goal, we're going to be better off. We also have to know that we're going to have up and down income. So it's just, again, just a reality. We're going to have bad months, and then we're probably going to have a worse month, and then we're going to have a horrible month, but we're also going to have better months. We have to learn to plan for this roller coaster that we're going to ride. But we have if you know that, then you can at least plan for it. Okay. So, you know, I always think of working in business as riding a bike, you know, or in a race. Okay. So you constantly have to keep on going up a hill, because if you reach the crest of the hill, once you start going down, you're coasting. Okay. And say you're riding it, you're just working, you're coasting. Obviously, you're going to get to the end and not have anything, right? So you just kind of, you're going to have to find a way to keep on crawling. You're going to have to plan for, okay, it's Christmas time coming up. Well, no one's going to do anything at Christmas. Everybody's going on vacation. School's back in. Mothers are gone. There's a billion of them, right? Let's see. We also have to realize there are two sides to every business, kind of like I started before. There's a paperwork side, and then there's the actual business side. Okay? So, ladies, they have to spend time looking, but they also have to find time to actually do the class. So, half the time she's making money, half the time she's not. Half the time I'm quoting, half the time I'm actually doing the job that I quoted to work to actually make the money. So, we have to respect their time away. Okay? And the last thing with business-wise is you have to keep your money straight. Have to keep it straight. Does anybody work at a server, like back when we were growing up, like waiting tables or whatever? Selling product to me kind of reminds me of like being a server. You work all night, you work for 4 hours, and you got $100 in your pocket, and what do you do with it? You got cash. So we get a couple beers, let's go out to dinner, and all of a sudden you don't have any money. You know, so kind of the same thing applies to, well, at least I'm speaking about my wife. You know, she'll go to a party, okay, go get her nails done, pick up the dry cleaning, like maybe the credit card bill comes in later. Where's the money? Well, I kind of blew it on this weird stuff. You know, so keep it straight from the beginning, and you're going to go a lot further. Okay, so I guess all this wraps up back into how to support your wife. And I guess the biggest thing of how to support your wife is you have to figure it out for yourself. It's a kind of a weird statement. I apologize, right? But everybody is different, and the thing that we learned the most, we stumbled on to a test, and it was called the 5 Love Languages. And you can look this up, and I encourage everyone to take it. It's called 5lovelanguages.com. They have a book on it. Okay, so every person, every human loves and receives loves, gives loves and receives loves differently. Okay, there's 5 languages of love. They're words of affirmation, acts of service. I'm not going to go into detail on these, but you can kind of get the gist of what they are. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving and giving gifts, quality time. Every person gives and receives loves differently. Okay, so Heather she gives love by giving gifts. It's just her personality. You take this test, it's a personality test, okay, right? So she gives love by giving gifts, okay? And she receives love by acts of service, okay? Myself, I receive love by words of affirmation. I give love by quality time. I would never have known this if I didn't do this. So that you could be the best husband in the world and know you're the best husband, think you're the best husband. I support my wife, she can do whatever she wants. But if she doesn't understand how you're given your love, she's not accepting it in the way she needs it. Does that make sense? So I can tell, I can sit at home, or I receive love by getting words of affirmation. Okay, I can tell my wife, hey, I love you, you're doing great, you did an awesome date. It literally goes nowhere with her, right? It doesn't go because she doesn't accept it. She doesn't accept that's not how she, that's not how she's wired. Okay, so, but what is she? Okay, so she accepts love by acts of service. Okay, so why don't I do the dishes? Why don't I do some laundry? Why don't I do something? Why don't I pack her car or wash her car or do something to show love? So it goes so much further. And we did not know this. We didn't know this until 2 years ago. I mean, and it's literally. So we grew up, we're trying to run a business. I'm trying to run a business. She's trying to run a business, and we're not really butting heads, but we're kind of butting heads because I'm thinking one thing, I'm thinking something else, and both of us really want to help each other. I think every husband wants to help their wife, but why are people sitting back to starter kids saying their husband's not, helpful? He's not supportive. Well, he probably is. She's just not accepting it the right way. So I encourage you to either take these things, learn about your wife, right? Learn about how she receives or gives, because the same thing applies. She buys me stuff, but she doesn't. I don't know. Say I do a good job. Okay, well she does, but when she buys me a gift, I know that's her giving her love more than her saying you did good. That makes sense? Okay. So I don't know. I encourage you to look that up because it changed our marriage. It changed our marriage. It changed our business, which is just as important. It even changed my relationship with my parents, my friends. My friends know that if I spend time with them now, that's me. That's me expressing love. Hanging out, giving my time, because that's who I am. And you might not ever know that stuff. So. Those are just a couple things that hopefully helps you guys out. Like I said, I don't think there's a right way to say, to support your wife in your business. I just think you kind of have to figure it out, and I think that's a tool to help you figure that out. So, I really love it.